going to ask you some questions.
I'm lining up.
Girl, that was a high five. Good.
Ready.
Well, I've always really loved jeans. Personally, it's been kind of a minor obsession for me going back, honestly, as far back as middle school. In the last couple of years, I became really fixated on finding like the perfect pair of, high-rise, straight-waisted jeans. It took months of just like searching, and it became just like another really minor obsession. I became really fixated on historical reproduction denim as a particular expression of the kind of fits and the kind of structure that I was more comfortable with in my own wardrobe and meshed with the kinds of things that I really liked. And then gradually what ended up happening was I mapped out all of these places primarily in Japan. One thing led to another, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna send it and do a big trip and go to all of these places and just learn about this thing that I was so obsessed with. Shortly before I left for the trip, I came here to Williamsburg Garment Company to have actually the pair of jeans I'm wearing right now hemmed. And while I was here, Mr. Malone very generously, let me sit in and watch how he worked and learn about his craft. And we got to talking, and he was telling me, hey, I've been interested in building up the retail side of our shop again and starting to stock jeans from Japan directly. And he asked if I would be interested in, while I was out there, sourcing stuff from Japan for the store. And I was like, sure. And so while I was there, I reached out to a bunch of these manufacturers and got to, do some factory tours and meet with people directly and learn all sorts of incredible stories about the history of denim and all of the stuff that really, really fascinated me. Just getting to witness it firsthand, I was just really blown away by the kindness and generosity that people shared with me and opening their craft and opening their communities and getting to meet with me, and it was a really moving experience. TCB, it stands for Taking Care of Business, or more recently, Two Cats brand. They kind of renamed it after the founder, Hajime, as Two Cats. They're a denim brand based in Kojima, Japan. I initially learned about them because in this search for, the high-rise straight leg pair of jeans, I was like captivated by them. I purchased them and I wore them to death, and I wear them almost, every day nowadays. Later on, when I was planning out this trip, they were like the #1 place that I wanted to visit. Something that TCB does that I think is really unique is in their approach to historical reproduction. And what that means is that they'll take specific reference garments from like the golden age of American denim, most often from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they'll painstakingly reproduce every single detail of these garments, as far as like getting the exact thread colors, the exact thread thickness, the distribution of threads, how the fabric is stitched together, smaller details like the patches used at different points in time, the hidden rivets used on jeans from a certain period of time, and they'll go as far as to make custom fabric blends with the mills in Kurashiki, which is another suburb of Okayama in this region that's sort of the denim production capital of Japan. They'll work very, very closely with them to exactly mirror the fabric that was used at different eras in, the history of denim. Mr. Ryo Nakaoji, who is their head of international distribution and sales, offered to show me around Kojima and take me around the factory and tell me more about how they work directly. I got to meet with him and see how they develop everything from start to finish. So from their fabric sourcing to their historical research to the actual cutting and sewing, prototyping of new models, and looking into how can we refine this thing over and over again, not just be satisfied with how we did it before. Wear easy, it's part of their philosophy also. Because they're a factory brand, they're able to, save on costs and make things that are, compared to other garments equally well produced by other manufacturers in the area, significantly cheaper. And that isn't just, a measure of cost cutting, it's part of their philosophy as well. As Rio sort of expressed to me, if a pair of jeans costs, $300 or whatever, you're gonna baby it, you're gonna wash it as soon as it gets dirty, you're gonna be hesitant to take it out and wear it every day, and that's not going to produce a garment that's going to age and wear out into something that fits and lives with you the way that they want their garments to. They make garments that are thoughtfully and affordably priced so that people wear the absolute hell out of them, that they become part of people's lives, And he sort of says, like, not just good jeans, but good life and a good pair of jeans. And it's a philosophy that I really resonated with, you know, garments that don't just capture something of the past, but, you know, get to live with you in the present. It's really beautiful, in my opinion.